Good morning. Welcome to San Bernardino National Forest, US 4463. Now, the last few days I've been here in conjunction with the first, first annual uh, Big Bear Mini Hamcation. That being the case, uh, we have an opportunity to do a POTA. So that's where I'm at right now. You can see behind me my normal um, gear and setup. Let me turn this around. And I've also been joined by another ham who's up here that's going to activate as well. Your name and call sign, please.
Good morning, all. This is Bob, KK6BXJ from the Riverside area.
There you go. And here's my normal setup. Now, during the hamcation, I was given a a laptop shade. So I'm using that for the first time. I'm trying to figure out how best to use it. I'm still using, let's see, can you see that? And I'm also using the case that the KX3 came in to cover it because I am in direct sunlight. So um, the location where I'm sitting right now, it's quite pretty, surrounded by tall pine trees, mountains, but off to the east, I seem to be pretty clear. So stick around, I'll be right back. See ya. Thank you very much. I'm back and I'm already set up. I'm spotted on the POTA site, and that's doing pretty good at 14.063. So that's going to, and I've got that set up on the radio. I gotta make sure of these things because I forget stuff. And of course, just as I was going to send a QRL, I heard one, but I'd sent one out before. Maybe I took too long between shots. Let's see. Nobody's saying no, they don't have it. I suppose I can go ahead and start. Here we go. 1225 CQ. And by the way, hammers, rather. Tracy Linacher, W6MT, I believe. I'll have to verify that call sign. Gave me this laptop shield at the first annual Big Bear Mini Hamcation. And the nice thing is that it works. The last time I had a really hard time with regards to the battery being exposed to the sun. It wasn't so much exposure to the sun as much as it was so hot. So here, the battery on the laptop died back then. Again, exposure to the sun, and maybe it's just it gave up the ghost a lot more quickly than I expected. But now, with this shade, and I still have to learn how to make it more, what's the word, sturdy. But I can see. I can see. So this is US 4463 San Bernardino National Forest. And I didn't bring up Beetlejuice because I was told, a lot of the trails were closed due to weather. Well, this is kind of a trailhead for one of those trails, and it didn't take much to get up here, just a few minutes from where the conference took place. And I'm actually staying maybe 10 minutes away. So this is pretty good. This is not on repeat. So let's see what happens. It looks like the way things are, behind me is south. To the north of me are mountains. To the east of me, I've got access So I can possibly get um, Alaska. I could get maybe Japan, depending on how everything works. Um, to the east, maybe Florida, North Carolina, Colorado. So we'll see what happens from here. As part of my 5P failure, I didn't charge the battery on the little mini speaker. It doesn't have the oomph that the Bioenno has. So, yeah, this is what you're hearing is coming straight from the radio, and hopefully you are able um, to hear the radio coming through. So we'll see what happens again. There's a lady up here with a beautiful female brown Malamute, not Malamute. Um, oh, what is that breed? Not a Malamute. Anyway, just a gorgeous dog. Okay, one down, 12 to go. So this gentleman was from Washington. I'm still not comfortable to where I can, um, let me see, send or receive code while speaking. Keeping in mind that being able to walk and chew gum at the same time for me is a feat. This is a lot more cerebral, so yeah, I can't do that. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I can't even update the RST when I'm sending. So from here, yeah, Washington State is not surprising. Many times, the locations I am activating from do have some sort of blockage to the east, but generally um, Washington, Oregon, and Idaho come in okay. So this time around, you should be able to see right past here somewhere. You should see my antenna. Once again, it's the Chameleon M Pass 2.0. Um, that's my that's my go-to antenna. It's just it's idiot proof, right? It just works, and because it does that, I always worry about, well, will the conditions last long enough for me uh, to make an activation? And would I rather spend the time experimenting, or would I rather spend the time making sure I get the contacts? So let's see, KF0ZST. 519 from Colorado, but I don't have. Okay, F0. Oh, it's a DST. Come on, give me an R. Beautiful. Savvy. I had a hard time hearing him. He faded to the point where I couldn't hear him. He picked me up with a strength of one, so I made it to Colorado at least. Okay, 11 more to go. Well, I can't believe it. You can smell, you can smell the earth and the woods. It's got that earthy smell. Not quite musty, but you know you're outdoors. I don't smell the pines, but then again, well, I just don't. Right in front of me, level eyesight, I see snow between the trees, and that is one of the trails that you can go four wheeling and so forth. That trail will take you above. Oops, that's not mine. That trail will take you above Snow Summit, so you can actually look down and see um, the ski slopes and the ski runs. I guess that's what it's called. I'm one of those people who I don't think I will ever get on snow skis. I mean, who in their right mind would actually sit there, put themselves um, on strap some wood to their feet, slide down the mountain with no visible means of being able to stop? Yeah, so that's not something that I would end up doing. But it sure is wonderful to see other people, sliding down the hill. Good for them. I can watch and be entertained, watch them do all their tricks and whatnot. It's just something, yeah, not going to happen with me. A lot of the times I begin at 15 meters um, and then move down, generally thinking that I'll get something. IP. Okay. Hello, Savvy. 449. Jim, he's one of the LICW instructors. sent him a 449. From Idaho, he sent me a 559. So I kind of messed up there a little bit. But I think did he address me by Savvy? This is the thing that's really interesting to me. I There are very few people whose call signs and names I know and I recognize. And but when I have people who say thank you, Savvy, for whatever, or good afternoon, Savvy, um, these people know me, and I'm kind of like a little shy, um, because I don't recognize them. Maybe it's part of the club LICW where they've got me and they know me as Savvy, but I don't interact with them enough to know their names or recognize them. With those that I do, I always greet them. Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon, Jim, Judy, Emma. Whatever it happens to be. Um, so I always feel a little eh, bad that I don't remember those names, but you know what? That's okay. Um, well, it has to be okay. I'm getting the contact. They're getting a contact, so that's pretty good. Right now, I have 4 contacts, and I've been doing this for about 20 minutes. One contact for every 5 minutes. That's one of the things that I often find. There are a few times that I have pileups. Very few times. Oh, I smell that mountain air. And right up there, snow. Over there, snow. I don't know if you can see the snow or not, but right over there, snow. Um, and it's nice and warm here. Right now, it's about 60 degrees, thereabouts. Maybe 58. But right in the sunlight, I'm doing just fine. Thank you very much. So yeah, I get these folks, and I don't know. I kind of feel bad. Um, but this is how you get to know some folks. There's a gentleman named Jim out of Nebraska. Whiskey Bravo Zero, Romeo Lima Juliet, I believe is the call sign, and he's from Lincoln, Nebraska, and he activates a park in Lincoln, Nebraska. Excuse me, about 2 miles away from where he lives. Unbelievable, and he can walk there day, night, regardless of weather, because it doesn't take much for him to do his thing. And I've contacted him about 70 times. And it was a while before I started to recognize my name. My name is Walter. And so what is this that he's sending? I don't recognize that. That's part of the protocol that you have in doing POTA. Um, it's not an exact protocol, but it gives you a plan, a basis from which to be able to make the contacts, um, and know what's coming next. And it's very, very helpful for brand new operators, whether you're doing it in sideband or in Morse code like I am. Morse code usually is a bit more formalized, okay, but it helps to have a formula to follow. So POTA is one of the formulaic um, contacts that you can make. It's one of the formulaic contacts, and that's how you learn, repetitive and so forth. So yeah, I knew how to do. I can copy call signs pretty well. Um, Although sometimes when Mother Nature gets involved, I have to send a lot of question marks. But that's the nature of the game, um, and um, um, and then you learn what's coming next. URRST. So your report is, and then they'll give you a number, right? And many people are just listening for the number, which is okay too, because you pick up and manage as your experience grows, and off you go. And then the response and so forth. But it helps a lot. And Walter, what is this? I never heard my name in code before. So guess what? I finally realized, oh, that's my name. And somebody is calling me by name. What do you know? And generally, calling somebody by name, um, in a contact, is kind of like not quite. It's not quite frowned upon, but it's bordering on maybe bad form because you don't know me. I don't know you. Why should I call you by your name when we haven't established anything? Any kind of a reputation, however not reputation, but relation, however fleeting that may be. Um, but I do tell you what. That never happens in contests, and it only happens with people who I know or who know me. But there's no reciprocity there because it's so hard for me to keep names and call signs together. So that's okay. That's the way it sits, and uh, you just move on. But I learned my name, and then people were calling me by my nickname. So it took me several times before I could understand. Oh, I thought they were sending my call sign because it ends in SAV. And oh yeah, I know that. I know that. I do that all the time. And then there was did it, oh, SAV, oh, SAVI. What do you know? They're calling me my name. And they know me enough to call me Savvy instead of Walter. So this, you know, this is a pretty neat situation for me. I just wish I could connect names and call signs a little bit better. Um, but through rote, that happens, and that's where Jim in Nebraska comes in. You know, and I sent him an email saying, "Yeah, I looked you up on the map and I saw the park and on and on and on, and I can't believe we've done this." So he and answers back, "I didn't know your name was Savvy." Well, that's my nickname, and from then on, every time we make a contact, hello Savvy, hello Jim. And one time I caught him on the same park on two different frequencies. Hello again, Jim. So by doing things like that, a new operator, and that would be me. I still consider myself a new operator. I only have a 53 or 54 activations, and about half of those are Morse code. So yeah, I'm kind of new. Um, um, so you learn, you do the rote things, and every now and then, you start adding something new, and your repertoire as far as being able to communicate, even with the simple Morse code, excuse me, even with a simple PODA formulaic QSO, it helps expand, and you just start slowly, okay, just like in the army, excuse me, crawl, walk, and run. you know Start off easy. You get the idea. Well, I've been sitting here now 12:25, a half hour, and I've only gotten 4 contacts, and this tells me it's about time for me to I'm going to go to 15 meters here. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to QSY to 15 meters. So I'll just say from me, QSY 15 meters, QSY 15 meters from me, and then let it go at that. Okay, now 15 meters. me make the change up here. 21.063. I'm going to go to the POTA site, respot me at 21.063. Respot it. Up here, 21.063. 21.063. Of course. Let me go 21.064. Let me go to 21.064. Go back. I go back to hammers. Change that to 04. And this for the people at on the Discord channel. Back to hammers, 21.064, 21.064. And I do this because what time is it? It is, let's call it 12:55. QSY 21064. So I do that because hammers, as absolutely good as it is, doesn't have any cat capabilities. So switching frequencies on the phone, on the radio, doesn't show up. So and that's cost me a lot of frustration when I've been willy-nilly changing bands and it's not being reflected on here. And I've had a lot of post-activation headaches trying to sequence everything out. So one of the things that I've learned is document, document, document. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm documenting, right? Um, but um, also document people coming up, meetings, saying hi, things of that nature. Uh, Document the conditions, so that way when I have my write up, I've got some notes to go from or to go after. Oops. There you go. So far okay, so far okay, and Oklahoma. I lost them altogether. From Minnesota, what I got was KN0VA, but I don't hear him responding. I don't have it. Okay. Total of 5 so far. I got him at 449. 579 from Texas. Uh-oh. You know, what did I hear? 5-3. 5-3. It, it could have been the same. I'm just not sure. I got everything. All I need for a POTA contact is just the call sign, nothing else. So I'm just gonna go. Ah, from Alabama. 539. Alabama. What do you know? I'm up to 8 right now. Let's see if this can continue. 12:55. So I've been doing this a little bit under 15 minutes, and uh-oh, you guys probably can't hear this, but ah, let's see if some of that helps. So I took off the attenuator and I took off noise reduction. Maybe that's the reason I can't hear them so well, but we'll see what happens here. I didn't get it all. Okay. Five 559 from Texas. I can't. Man, that was really difficult to pick up. He was just difficult to pick up. Very low. I did make out the signal report. By the way, I've got 11 contacts right now. I wonder if it's time to switch bands. Maybe go down to 17 or up to 10. You know what? I'm going to go to 10. Just to make sure. I always, I'm not on 10 very often, so I don't band plan. That's something that you should always have with you, regardless of your privilege level. 28063 works for me. Okay, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a little break, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, just hold on. Be right back. All right. So, took a little break. I'm back, and this is 28063. Very good. Another LICW member, Eric. I certainly recognize the call sign. Eric just sent me a note saying nice signal, so I'm kind of jazzed. And this sun is beating on me. I didn't pull out my small pop-up because I don't have a really good way to keep it, tied down in the wind. I just got those itty bitty little stakes, which are nothing. And the next thing I need, the last thing I need to worry about is having to hold on to that and everything else if wind comes up. But today it's been just dead as far as the wind. There have been hints of breezes here and there. I don't see, it's like barely any movement. And I got to look up to see any. And it's just still, which is nice. But I'm also getting baked by the sun. Um, you know, you just do what you can do. That was my 12th contact, by the way. I always strive to hit the lucky 13 because that accounts for some of my mistakes in copying call signs, and it just ensures that I don't blow an activation because I copied a call sign incorrectly. And that's happened to me before. I got exactly 10 call signs, and one of them, what? Japan. Come on. Five 1 9. Must have lost me. His name is Hotaka Kimura, and I sent him thank you Dear Kotaka-san. And after that, I lost him. But he gave me the 519, and everything else is doing okay. So I'm going to keep on going. That is, by the way, Lucky 13. And it's a Japanese contact. JJ1 IZY. Izzy. Well, okay, that was rough on my part. I kept messing it up. It was a W8, not a W7, so he corrected me, which is good. And then it threw me off, which happens. It just threw me off. I had to get back on. We made the contact. He verified that I got his call sign correctly, and we move on from there. So, you know what? It's a mistake. Big deal. One of the things that POTA hunters and especially activators, um, this is not necessarily so altruistic. We are definitely wanting to get the contacts because we want to get the credit for the QSOs. And we're the only ones who give credit to the hunters by uploading our logs. So both activators and hunters are very patient in making sure that that call sign gets across correctly, so that um, everybody gets the proper credit. Um, and this is one of the reasons why, if you're ever unsure, right, get extra contacts. Right now, I'm at 14, and I've gotten one Japanese contact so far, and this is good. Aside from the fact that you know, I feel like a French fry right now, crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. Oh my God. Oh, it's VA. Canada. 559 from Ontario, Canada. I think it's Japan again. Okay, JG0. Wow. I do. Let me try this again. Oh. No! Boy, excuse me. I really have to think that I am actually talking to somebody over there. I know I'm talking to you, but your presence is being shown to me by the camera, and many times I feel like I'm just alone here. So, so excuse me. 17 contacts. Clouds here make a big difference as to the temperature. So That would have made my third Japanese contact. But he just faded. I just couldn't pick him up. J4RE. Uh, that's 18 contacts. So this activation, I mean, I can't have screwed up 9 of these things to blow an activation, so I feel pretty good. Um, there's one that I might have a question about, but as it stands right now, I'm doing good. That's 18 contacts. I'm getting a little burned right now, so I think I'm going to go into the shade for a little bit, keep these things covered, and let's see what happens. Check with you guys in a bit. See ya. Welcome back. I took a little break. I'm talking to another uh, ham just a little bit down the hill from where I'm located. Uh, K6. Gosh, I can't remember the last part, the suffix. But the running joke is at the mini hamcation that ended a couple of hours ago at Big Bear. Is if you ask for Bob to raise his hand, you're going to get about 7 or 8 people raising their hands. So like Bobs are everywhere, and I can't remember his suffix. Um, he's down here working sideband and experimenting with this free antenna he got, which is like a HF J pole. So yeah, I've never heard of that, but he's made a contact or two, so he's doing okay. But as far as today is concerned, I think I'm going to call this. I think I'm going to call this a wrap on the activation. I want to thank Tracy again for this wonderful, wonderful uh, lap lap shade. It worked out just fantastically. Um, the only concern that I have with it is, well, I can't put the laptop and the radio in there. It's not a concern. It's just a wish. But I'm keeping the laptop inside or out of direct sunlight as much as I can by keeping it in the in the case, and it's not hot at all. It's been on for several hours, not hot. So that seems to work okay. It doesn't look as pretty, but all right. Um, what would have worked a lot better is if I had my small pop-up, and that would have been even more visually appealing because it's nice and bright red, not a crazy red, but a good red, and it would have had a great contrast with all the green around here. Would have been just absolutely awesome, and it would have provided that shade that uh, I'm so missing. But it works out. It worked out. What I have here. Um, when did I activate? I'm going to go. I got to send the QRT, which is I'm forgetting to do. 12:30. I'm sorry, 2:30. Um, so um, it is okay. I'll get on the POTA in the POTA net, or the POTA page, and spot my QRT, if you will, and that's it. Thank you for joining me. I don't know how long this video was, or is going to be, but thank you. I enjoy trying to do these things. I'm not that good at it yet, but some people seem to like my videos. And okay, so that's what it is. So until the next time we do this, thank you very much, and yeah, ciao for now.